Hey guys, kinggath here with some mod news. Today we've got a bunch of new add-on packs for SS2, and we're going to talk a little bit about the patch situation for Fallout 4, which looks like it's going to go on into January, and how that's going to impact things for our development. Before we get into that though, of course, we got to thank our patrons who keep the lights on around here, help us cover the expenses for maintaining all of our websites and services and things we need to support the community around here. If you did sign up recently, you don't hear your name in these shout outs, don't worry, I'll get to you in the next video. We are hoping to have another patch in January. All right, so huge shout out and thanks to Nostalgia, Joseph Fulton, and Kyle Coble, not sure. Let me know. I'm going to go with Coble. We're going to lean on Coble. Looks like Noble. Let me know if I butchered that one. All right, let's get into the mod news. So the first add-on we have is a very simple one, but one that those of you who like alt start mods for Fallout 4 will be very appreciative of, and that is pre-population QuickStart fix by GingasVR. And this mod just does one thing. It moves the pre-population holotape out of the bedroom into the bathroom. And that way, if you are playing a QuickStart mod or an alt start mod, you still have an opportunity to activate that before you're sent off into your other life where you're not playing through the default intro of the game. So if you are playing an alt start mod or a quick start mod and you want to use the pre-population system easily, this is an option for you. So check out pre-population quick start fix by GingasVR. All right, next up, we've got one from Ravenswift, which you may have already seen because it was part of Merry Modding Days, and that is Ravenswift's Holiday Main Hall for SS2 HQ. And this one is appropriate. We were just actually talking about doing something similar during one of my recent playthrough streams, of it would have been cool to replace the fountain with a giant Christmas tree for the season, and now you've got that. So go check out Ravenswift's Holiday Main Hall for SS2 HQ if you're still feeling festive and you still want to have a nice Christmas tree. And in game, the every December would be a great time to bust it out. All right, next up, we've got one by Samutz. Samutz is the one who created many add-on packs for SS2 and the really awesome database, which I've been shouting from the rooftops of all the different add-on packs. And this one is called Extended Territory Bonuses. And this basically fills in a hole in SS2's Chapter 3 mechanics of taking over territories. So the intention of the territory system was to provide you spots where you could have troops stationed throughout the Commonwealth, not just in settlements, but also to provide little benefits. And we didn't cover everything. We covered just a very small percentage of the territories, and Samutz went in to try and fill the gaps. And this is done dynamically using the registration system of the add-ons, so it should be compatible with everything. And if I do go back and add more territory bonuses to SS2, it shouldn't interfere with the ones that Samutz has added. So check out Extended Territory Bonuses by Samutz. All right, and then last but certainly not least, this one also part of Merry Modding Days. This one is by a few people. It's by ChuckYufarley, ChuckYufarley, and the Old World Addon Project team, and it adds some new building plans, a world repop cell, and some pet names to SS2, and they are all based on Dead Money, the New Vegas DLC, and it's making use of some of the assets by Chuck and the Old World Addon Project team. So you will need to grab the Sierra Madre vending machine add-on, which I will have linked below alongside this add-on pack. So go check that out if you want some cool New Vegas inspired stuff, which I'm sure those of you watching the show would enjoy having right about now. All right, so that covers all of the new add-ons this month. Let's talk about the patch situation for Fallout 4. So Fallout 4, we got another patch in December, though it wasn't the final one. Bethesda did post that they had to delay some of their plans a little bit into the new year. So the anticipation currently is that January we will get another patch, and whether we get more after that is TBD. But since they now have creations in there, the assumption is that they will continue to patch the game regularly, though we have seen with Skyrim and Starfield that regularly is not that often. It tends to be one big patch so far about once a year, and then usually a follow-up patch with some hotfixes for issues that may have been added with that new patch. So we assume that Fallout 4 will end up in a similar pattern, but right now, where they are just trying to stabilize everything, we don't know when the this patch wave is going to stop. So we're waiting for that before we get the Workshop Framework DLL updated. So if you've been waiting for that, you're gonna have to continue to wait. We just don't want to have to keep updating it over and over again. The plan is to update it once they've kind of settled down and announced that they're done patching for the time being, and then we will just circle back and patch it again anytime they bust out another update, and likely to follow up hotfixes. So I will speak to the workshop framework DLL, what's called WSF identifier.dll. If you're getting warnings about that, know that you don't actually need that DLL right now because it's not supported by newer versions of the game anyway. The latest version of Workshop Framework actually doesn't even include it anymore to try and eliminate this error for folks who are getting it. If you are on old gen, so the version of Fallout 4 ending in 163, and you're probably then using the old gen replacers for Workshop Framework, we did include the DLL in that so that you will continue to have the latest DLL along with the new version of Workshop Framework. So we have Workshop Framework built and coded in a way where it can support new and old gen. We're always going to try and support old gen unless Bethesda creates some situation where we can't do that anymore on Bethesda.net, but otherwise we are going to continue to support both versions of the game. So we'll always support the newest version of the game and then the old gen until further notice. So the identifier is available there if you need it on old gen and new next gen, or rather anniversary edition upgrade, or the anniversary edition, like the patched version of the game, the current version of Fallout 4. You don't need the DLL yet, and we'll let you know when that goes out. All right, guys, that is it for mod news today. So take care and enjoy the mods.